Good evening. Thank you all for coming to Heart of Ohio Family Health. Can you all hear me? Thank you for coming to Heart of Ohio Family Health's third annual Giving Hearts celebration. We're so excited to have you here today for this important event that not only raises funds for our important programs, but ensures that we can provide care regardless of ability to pay. I'm Jen Schell, Director of Marketing and Development for Heart of Ohio Family Health, and I'm here to tell you about this exciting event. We're so happy that we could be here in person. 3 years ago when we had our first Giving Hearts celebration, it was a little different. We had a packed room and standing room only for this event. Last year, COVID hit and we had to shift and we went to a virtual only event. And this year, we're doing things different again. We're doing a hybrid. So not only do we have you here in the room, but we are live streaming for the first time so that others can see what Heart of Ohio is doing for the community. So not only has our event shifted and adjusted during this time of COVID, but our health centers have as well, and all of our staff. And we thank you for coming so that we could honor some of the special people who helped make that possible. I also want to encourage everyone to participate in our silent auction. It is available online. As you'll notice, there are not items in the room. It is a virtual silent auction and it is open until 10 p.m. tonight. So if you haven't had a chance to go in and see our items, please do, and please bid. I want to thank our Giving Hearts sponsors, CareSource, West Banco, Beth Whitted and Associates, PNC, Commonwealth Purchasing Group, Monarch Health Solutions, all of our community partners who provided auction items, and each of our donors who provided in-kind items for the auction. And now I'd like to introduce a special message from our bronze sponsor, West Banco.
Hello, my name is Jack Green. I work with West Banco Bank. I'm a vice president in our SBA department. West Banco Bank has been working with Heart of Ohio for quite a number of years. We enjoy working with the organization. We think that the mission that they have is outstanding. We think that the health care that they provide to the communities is outstanding as well. I really enjoy working with the different individuals that have been in charge of Heart of Ohio over the years, starting with Joy Parker. She was great, and Marty Miller she was outstanding, and also Dr. Muhammad. He's wonderful as well. So the bank, West Banco, will continue to help in as far as contributing to the efforts of Heart of Ohio. We think that the programming is outstanding, like I said, and all the outreach that they do to the communities is wonderful as well. And without them, some of the individuals in the community would just be in a bad shape without any health care. So continue to do the great work, and we will continue to support you along the way. Thank you.
Without our sponsors, this event would not be possible, so we just want to say again, thank you to all of our sponsors. I also want to remind everyone it's National Health Center Week. It's a nationwide celebration of all federally qualified health centers across the country, and we are so honored to be holding our special event this week during this special time in the country. We are one of many health centers that are celebrating this week and all that is done for our communities across the country. And now we have one more video to show, and this is to highlight some of the response to our COVID-19 pandemic over the last year and a half that Heart of Ohio Family Health has been through, and how we've adapted our processes to help our patients.
I just took my shot 5 minutes ago, and I feel fine.
Yes, absolutely recommend
It's
it.
the only way we're going to get on top of this thing.
Yeah,
And
that's
God
right. That's
knows
the
we
only
need
way.
to get
Only way
on
we're
top
going to
of
get
this
us
thing.
all safe keep us all safe.
It protects and it will save us from this pandemic going forward. This is a life-saving vaccine that I recommend to everybody.
I just want to thank all of our staff for all the hard work that they have put in over the last year and a half to help change on a daily basis sometimes to make things work during this crazy time. And now, without further ado, I would like to introduce Julie Friedlander, a member of the James B. Fibel family.
Guess I am short. When we decided to do a masquerade party, who thought we would really be back in masks? I never did. I thought it was going to be a fun look back and say, glad we're over this. On behalf of the Fibel family, my mother Babette, siblings Karen and Jim Arnoff, Lauren and Bennett Cohen, Jonathan and Lorianne Fibel, and my husband Randy, I want to welcome everyone tonight and thank all of you in the room and outside of the room for your support throughout the year. Jim Fibel had a nickname among us, Gentle Giant, not because of his size, but because of his visionary ability and his big heart. It's fitting that the name of this wonderful organization is Heart of Ohio. Dad was born in Columbus, and the Columbus community, the entire Columbus community, was his family. He was someone who always fought for the underdog and was very passionate about helping others, those of you that knew him, giving of his time and money way beyond his means. He and my mother together fostered over 100 infants waiting to be adopted. They both were committed to improving the lives of others, especially those less fortunate. Dad was a leader and held many leadership positions in the community. He was someone people admired and respected, and he was often called on to help start and build community organizations. Heart of Ohio was one of those organizations that was definitely part of his heart. He saw a need to help our community provide health care in a safe and comfortable environment for people who were not getting the care they needed or deserved because of lack of insurance, fear, discomfort, inability to pay. This organization was one of his proudest accomplishments because it served so many different and diverse individuals. What started as Capitol Park is now 5 locations throughout Central Ohio. And one of those is extremely, they're all special in their own right, but one of those is extremely unique. The one that's the Whitehall-based Whitehall Yearling School-based Center. It's really amazing what they've been able to do over there. Dad was a champion of diversity, and the patients at Heart of Ohio represent that diversity. We have people with insurance, without insurance, and at all different levels of the socioeconomic spectrum. Deep breath. Jim Fibel was so humble that he would be mortified to know that this building in Whitehall was named for him. He never wanted any attention or recognition. We, his family, are humbled and proud that this building will be a permanent reminder of his passion and mission, and that the Heart of Ohio staff and board will continue his legacy of hard work, kindness, humility, equality, and helping those in need. Heart of Ohio is contributing significantly to making the world a better place, which is why Dad was so excited about this organization and why our family is so committed to it. Now, none of this would be possible without the quality staff, leadership of our board, and our CEO, Dr. Muhammad. What a year it's been for healthcare in general. And thanks to Dr. Muhammad's leadership and the staff, Heart of Ohio has grown dramatically and really provided much needed help to the Central Ohio community. We were one of the first to offer COVID testing. We were one of the first to offer the COVID vaccine. Think about that, one of the first to offer COVID testing. Jen and her team have done an amazing job getting our Heart of Ohio's name out. But I will tell you, there were a lot of people that didn't know Heart of Ohio until the COVID pandemic. And first-time patients that I personally have spoken to were extremely impressed with the caring nature, the facility, and the operation that went on at Heart of Ohio. So, you know, there's a good in everything. Unfortunately, we're all still suffering from the pandemic, but Heart of Ohio shone well and really served the entire community. Through Dr. Muhammad's leadership, Heart of Ohio has grown. His positive nature, smile, warmth, and stewardship have been critical to our success in the last year, and we are so lucky to have such a great ambassador that is extremely involved in the communities we serve. And with that, Dr. Muhammad, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Hi. I'm sorry, I'm a little moved with the story of Jim. I spend out of script right now, and I know Laurie will say time. I spent, I believe, 6 months with him. It's like a lifelong life experience learning. I was lucky enough to drive him from when we have a construction meeting at a contractor's office. Babette will drop him there, and I'll drive him to the office. So that driving to the office was my maximum exposure of coaching and learning with Jim Fibel. And thank you for sharing your father, such an amazing person. Thank you very much. And thank you guys for coming, and welcome to this event. We are especially pleased to be able to meet in person this year. COVID has created great concerns for many people. I'm pleased to know that so many have taken the important precaution of getting a vaccine. As a physician and dedicated healthcare professional, I can assure you that caring for your own health is as important as caring for the health of everyone in the community, which is the reason Heart of Ohio Family Health exists. We truly understand that caring for one is really caring for all. I would like to share all of the good news and talk about the good things we've done this past year. Including expanding services, we opened a school-based health center in Whitehall Yellen High School to better serve students and their family. This is the first of its kind in Franklin County, the school-based health center. And then we will acknowledge the good visionary people that made this happen. Brian Hamler and the family are here. The school-based health center is one of the proudest moments of Heart of Ohio Family Health Center. A lot of entities have talked about it, and with the visionary leaders like Brian Hamler, we were able to make it happen, and we're proud about that. Another event that happened in 2020 was opening a space at Mount Carmel East Hospital to better serve women for their healthcare needs. When COVID arrived, we pivoted to try to provide our services at the comfort of our patients' home. So we adapted to telehealth and provide services through the telehealth. We adapted to providing testing, mental health through remote care, and primary care and women's health through remote care. And when vaccination also came, we also adapted in giving vaccination. And one of the private moments of Heart of Ohio was when the state was asking for a volunteer entity to work with the National Guard to test and see how we can do a testing for the community. We raised our hand. And we were the first to do that testing in Whitehall. And for that one day, we tested more than 320 community members. So that propelled Hiv for Ohio's name in doing the right thing. Some of the other services that was expanded was HIV Prep Programming in 2020. HRSA has identified the area that we serve is one of the endemic area for HIV. So we expanded by doing that by globally testing our patient. Of course, we ask for consent. Through that, we are able to identify who have HIV and they're secure. So that's also another program that we expanded that we're proud of. We were named one of the 10 recipients for a highly competitive nationwide grant from the American Cancer Society with the representative here and Pfizer to look at ways to reduce systemic barriers and address disparities in the delivery of cancer care impacting the Black and African American community. We are proud of our work and the staff that have done this work, which, you know, if there's a team to choose, I'll choose that team. That's the team I want to work with, and they're here. Where are the staff? You want to stand, please? Please stand. Ambrose, come on. Wonderful. That's the team I want to work with. Great work, team. And those who are joining us live too, we thank you. We want to share with you a virtual video to tour and conduct a public to familiarize yourself with Hiv Ohio and its location. These are the locations where service for all happen, open access for all happen, regardless of your ability to pay, regardless of who you are, regardless of where you come from, regardless of the language you speak, we see all. And thank you for the support that you provided us, the community members, the board, and all the stakeholders for us to be able to get this done. We are also in the midst of expanding services to better serve more of our at-risk neighbors. The first of the expansion will be at Canal Winchester. That is going to be at 3601 Gender Road. I learned that it's not gender, it's Gender. So if you want to be from the local, you call it Gender, not gender. So 3601 Gender Road, and we are slated to open it in 2 weeks. And the reason why we wanted to open this facility, we had a facility there in that neighborhood, Chantry, that was inside a housing complex. So in order to capture more of the community, we decided to bring it out so that more community service will be provided. There's going to be a primary care over here, women's health, and allied health, including nutrition and behavioral health services. So August the 24th or the 23rd, right? 24th will be the first day we open this facility. And the second one that we're also excited is the Fibel Center. The Fibel Center, we are slated to complete the construction. I'm going to pressure Yama here by the end of November 22nd. So I asked Yama, immediately we finish, I want to be there this year, 2021. I want to be there. So expanded services that's going to be provided at the Fibel Center is a one-shop all, comprehensive under one roof. Medical, women's health, behavioral centering program that we already provide. In addition to that, oral health, dental services, and also we are having a discussion about vision care and in-house pharmacy. One facility that provides all of this programming. Part of the reason why we wanted to do in-house pharmacy is to provide access to pharmacy to our patients, that they don't have to go to somewhere else. They can have the pharmaceutical medication there, and there's likelihood of compliance. They're going to take their medication. They will understand more because it's their doctor's office. They got it. And the oral health, too, is very, very important because from oral diseases, you can have a chronic disease. So we want to have that services in-house. And hopefully, we will be inviting the community during the open house to share this facility that we're excited about. A video clip for HIV. Thank you.
Centering Pregnancy is a nationally recognized model of prenatal care that we offer to our expecting moms here at Heart of Ohio Family Health Center. It's a group model of prenatal care that encourages community support, resources, and education.
During a Centering Pregnancy appointment, you will have a personal medical exam with a certified nurse midwife. After medical exams are completed, mothers will circle up to have a group educational discussion regarding pregnancy, childbirth, newborn babies, and more. You are encouraged to ask questions and share personal experiences. Throughout your pregnancy, you will have 10 Centering prenatal care appointments. The first appointment will begin around 12 to 16 weeks of pregnancy. You will meet monthly at first and then every 2 weeks as your due date approaches. Each appointment is 2 hours long, which includes your medical assessment, infant and mother education, and time to bond with other women in a small group setting. After your baby is born, everyone will meet together again for a postpartum reunion visit to introduce your babies and to discuss afterbirth care.
Centering is so beneficial because you are provided with the education and tools you need to make healthiest decisions for yourself and your baby. You earn free diapers for attending, and you can connect with other moms. You're welcome to bring a support person during the centering appointments, such as a family member, partner, or friend. However, small children under the age of 12 years are not permitted during these group appointments. Once enrolled in the centering program, you will have a personalized centering pregnancy coordinator. Your coordinator will be your new direct contact for scheduling appointments and any other pregnancy-related questions or concerns.
Congratulations on your pregnancy. We are happy to be a part of your journey.
Did you know that Franklin County is one of 48 counties that have been greatly impacted by the HIV epidemic? It's recommended that everyone get tested at least once in their lifetime between the ages of 15 and 65 years old. Our new HIV Prep program is here to help you prevent HIV. PrEP is a preventative strategy that will help you lower the chances of getting HIV, often through the use of medication and education. Don't wait until it's too late to get checked and get tested today. Call us at 614-235-5555 to get your status or access to resources.
Isn't it amazing to have talented staff that are creating video that is absolutely going viral? Jen and the team, thank you very much for all of this work that you've done. So now we come to I always tell Jen that you don't have to script me. When you script me, I feel so, I need to. Now we turn to my favorite part of the evening, recognizing those friends and partners who have made all the things I talk about possible. The Giving Heart Award is made annually to those persons, partners, supporters, corporations, or community partners who have made a significant contribution to the Heart of Ohio Family Health. Because of COVID last year, we were unable to present the 2020 Giving Heart Award. It is my great pleasure to do so tonight. And we're going to start by calling Marty Miller, if you don't mind. Marty is an extraordinary friend to Heart of Ohio Family Health. During her time on the board, it became necessary to temporarily take up management of the organization. With her leadership, we were better positioned to continue our work and begin flourishing. She's a committed volunteer and supporter of our mission. It gives me a great pride to award Marty Miller the 2020 Giving Heart Award.
So, Julie, I think we're about the same height. Dr. Mohammed's a little taller. Okay. So I just want to say thank you so much. I mean, I am so moved, so I'll just take a brief moment. I know time is an issue when you're doing an event like this, but I can't help but just say that I had a terrific board. Served on the board. The board, while I was CEO, was terrific. The staff was terrific from the front to the back. Everyone. So, you know, you don't get these awards because you did it yourself. We were such a great team, and it does my heart so much. I'm just so full, actually, with where Heart of Ohio is now going under the leadership of Dr. Mohammed and the board and the staff, the senior staff, and again, from the front to the back. I know that everyone has to be working together to make a difference like this. But I also just want to take 1 second to say, I also, it's a little emotional because Jim Fibel, I said this once before publicly, I think when we were breaking ground, he was almost like another father to me in that he would pull me aside and did not mince any words ever, Patricia. Yes. In terms of direction and think about it this way, think about it that way. And I really do appreciate all that I learned from him and his leadership, both, again, when we were both on the board and then when I moved over as CEO. But the other thing is with Brian Hamler, who, again, left us way too soon and too suddenly in my book. Brian, let me just say, and Terry knows this, Terry Anderson and I are Whitehall yearling high school alums. We both grew up out here. And so with Brian, after one of our Whitehall Education Foundation board meetings, Terry chairs that board, I serve on it, Brian was asking me about putting this clinic, I don't know if we told you that, Dr. Muhammad, at the high school. And I'm thinking, how's that going to work when Whitehall is just a few minutes away from here, the Whitehall Family Health Center? And I remember taking a tour over there where Brian, and he was explaining his vision, and Brian Pearson with Mount Carmel was with us, and we were talking about how could we make this work. It didn't happen during the time that I was there, and here's the thing, Brian never gave up on that vision, and that's why it's so emotional to, and I think it's a real testament to who Brian was, and how he really graced us and used every moment to make a difference. So just like Jim Fibel used every moment in my book to make a difference, so did Brian Hamler. So it's a very special night for many of us in this room. So thank you very much. Thank you to my husband, Ray, who's here and has always been very supportive. So, and I cannot wait for November 22nd. I expect an invitation. Thank you.
The next award to Rita Corbin. Rita, can you please join me? Rita, too, has given a lot to her time and talent to Heart of Ohio Family Health. As a former board member, Rita, what can we say? You are missed every day, and we hope that you can join us again. It gives me a great pride to award Rita Corbin the 2020 Giving Heart Award. Thank you.
They didn't tell me I had to talk. Y'all might be sorry. No, not really. Thank you so much. I was honored last year when I got this via Zoom, but this makes it even more special, so thank you. You know, they kicked me off the board. So I was there for 12 years and said, okay, it's time for you to go. So, I mean, after a year, I think I can come back. So we'll see how much they really miss me if they call me or not. So, but it's, you know, I got this, but it's the whole board. It's all the employees. You guys are all awesome, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Whitehall Mayor Kim Magatt, accepting the award tonight for Mayor Magatt will be Whitehall Treasurer Steve. Can you join me, Steve? Thank you. Mayor Magatt was instrumental in helping Heart of Ohio Family Health secure essential land in the heart of Ohio, in the heart of the city to construct the new Fibel Center. Because of her leadership, we are able to expand our services and program and help more patients achieve better health and health outcome. We are fortunate to have this kind of visionary leader in Whitehall. It gives me a great pride to award Mayor Kim Magatt the 2020 Giving Heart Award. Thank you.
Mayor Magatt did send some remarks to me that she would like me to read. She says, "It's an honor to receive this 2020 Giving Hearts Award, and I apologize I'm unable to be here in person to receive it. However, the real honor goes to Heart of Ohio and your essential workers that work each day to provide quality health care to the Central Ohio community. They are the true heroes. I cannot express how much I admire the dedication of this organization and the way in which everything you do is because of the vision and love for the communities you serve. I'm looking forward to the opening of the Main Street location, as I know our community members need this space and your medical expertise as we all uplift each other as we work towards better health for all. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Mount Carmel Health Foundation has long been our champion. As many of you know, Heart of Ohio Family Health was created at Mount Carmel and had the strong support of its foundation. That partnership continues today with collaboration to help ensure all persons receive quality health care regardless of their ability to pay. Unfortunately, the foundation representative was unable to join us this evening. But please know we are most grateful to them for their continued support. Turning now to our 2021 recipient. Terry, you want to join me, please? Our first award this evening is for Brian Hamler. And then I want to invite Wendy and Blake to join me here, please.
You both might want to bring a chair. It's going to be a while. I was just told I was going to have the opportunity to give both Brian's wife, Wendy, and his son, Blake, this award. But I wanted to spend a little time to share just a few things about Brian. Marty touched upon a few things. Marty and I both grew up here in Whitehall, just a few streets from here. And Whitehall is a very close-knit community. Marty and I have been from this community for over probably 50 years each. Plus, so you add that up, it's about 100-something years. Actually, Marty and Ray have been married for over 50 years, so if I do my math right, anyway. But I just want to share a few things, if I may. Marty's husband, Ray, is one of those people who kind of got the Minority Health Initiative started in this community. I mean, Central Ohio Y with the Minority Health Initiative. And he's somebody, as I was a young man going to Ohio State, I sort of emulated and helped work on some of his campaigns and other things, and just got a really good sense of community service from Ray, not knowing that he was setting me up. So Marty, as she mentioned, she was with Mount Carmel Health and other things, but she landed on the board of Heart of Ohio Family Health Center, and then she was doing great things, and she asked me if I wanted to be on the board, and I said yeah. And then at the same time, I transitioned into the board of Whitehall Education Foundation, where Brian came in as the superintendent, and I said, Marty, it's only fair that if I serve on the board of Heart of Ohio, you have to serve on the board at the Whitehall Education Foundation. So as the story goes, Marty and I both have been sort of tag teaming back and forth on different organizations, much through Ray's, his guidance, so to speak. And what's amazing is that when I first came on the board and started doing some things with the Education Foundation, I invited this man right here to one of our honor celebrations. And our honor celebration was Brian Hamler's brainchild. There were some things already in place that were with the Education Foundation, but he wanted to do something to recognize the students, the staff, and also the community members. So I invited this young man here to one of our honor celebrations, and guess what happened? The following year, Heart of Ohio had an honor celebration, Giving Hearts Award. I'm not saying that Dr. Muhammad stole this from us, but nevertheless, I mean, history speaks for itself. But I think in that introduction, that's what's really unique about this community, is that we all are family, and we all kind of share the good things, and we work through the bad things and the difficult times. Just a few weeks ago, I drove down Ferry Boulevard, which is just on the south side of this country club, and there was a sign in one of the yards that says, Legends Never Rest. That was part of the Pelotonia kind of a moniker for this year. But that stuck with me for some reason. And as I sat here today to think about what I was going to say about Brian, the whole notion that and also with Jim Fibel, the whole notion that legends never rest, it just resonates with me. Brian Hamler is somebody that I grew up with. I was a classmate of his. I feared that young man in baseball, Little League Baseball, because Brian, at the age of probably 9, had one of the highest knee lifts known to any pitcher in this area. If you know anything about baseball, a lot of pitchers will raise their knee to sort of hide the ball. But I think he did it just to give him some sort of like special force, because as a 9-year-old, I'm serious, he threw the ball about 90 miles an hour. And he had control. There was another young man that grew up in this area that didn't have no control, and I got hit by him several times. But Brian had a lot of control. And I told Brian this one time when he kind of transitioned from being in the Gahanna City Schools, Southwestern City Schools, and the Whitehall. Publicly, I said, Brian, I used to fear you. He goes, why would you fear me? He was a very humble man. I said, you had like a 90-hour fastball as a 9-year-old. Then later on, it was really amazing to see Brian had worked his way into the field of education. And I got a chance to know Brian really well, much more than I did as a young man growing up, playing different sports on the same team as his. And I was amazed at how much passion and tenacity and how and his stewardship and how fierce he was about making sure things got done. He talked to Dr. Muhammad at the honor celebration about doing a health center, a school-based health center. And don't you know, just a few years later it happened when Dr. Muhammad said that we're going to open up a family health center in Whitehall. I was amazed that all that back work had happened already working with Brian. And I can say a whole lot of other things about Brian, but I just wanted to just let you know that legends never rest. And as you may have heard, Brian transitioned this just a few months ago, and I got the text from Wendy saying that he had passed, and had a chance to go through the celebration of life. And so I can just tell Wendy and Blake right now that there's a lot more that's going to happen because of Brian's influence. This community is going to continue to flourish. This health organization through the school-based health center is going to continue to do great things, not just for his namesake, but just because of the passion and love he had for this community. And I would share with Blake, if you don't mind, that I lost my father when I was young, and it's amazing how this community embraced me. And I know that this community is going to embrace you. It's going to help Wendy out. It's going to help you, continue to get through this. And Blake he's going to be aspiring to be a lawyer, and I think that at some point in time we might want to hire him, Dr. Muhammad. And I think Wendy, once again, your soulmate, your friend, your husband is still with us. This award speaks to all that he was able to do at not just a high school, but throughout this community. And I think that school-based center is still going to be something, along with the James Fibel Center, is going to be something that we'll be able to see for a very, very long time, for generations to come. So congratulations to you both. And
Hello, my name is Blake Hamler, and I'm here to accept this honor on behalf of my late father. My father was incredibly proud to have this clinic in Whitehall, and he was so excited to be able to vaccinate his entire staff during the COVID pandemic to try and get back to normal, to help not just the community, but all the students in his school district regain normalcy and continue their education once again. Thank you.
See, now I'm getting kicked out of here, so I'm going to leave. Oh, I do want to take a moment, if I may. Marty, as I mentioned before, appointed me as one of the board members, and I had the chance to work with Jim Fibel as he was the chair. I don't know why he asked that I step in as the Ramita too. I don't know why you guys did this to me, and Patricia asked me to be the vice chair. But under Jim's guidance, I learned a lot and got prepared to be in this position now. Also beyond that, much like Dr. Muhammad spoke to, a lot of times Mr. Fibel may have needed a ride home. And I do remember the last time that he asked, he was sitting on the outside of the Capitol Park, and I was going to ask if he needed a ride home because we live in the same area. But he said his wife Babette was going to pick him up, and he said, go ahead, I'll be all right. And I said this before to our staff, but that was kind of it kind of foreshadowed what's happening now, because he knew with all the work that he did and Marty did that the groundwork, the foundation had already been laid. So all the things that you're seeing happening now, from the student-based health center to Capitol Park to the Genda from the Genda facility and the James B. Fibel Center, all that's happening now because we have done due diligence in getting things done based upon the leadership and the vision that was before us. I will share that Mr. Fibel and I have one thing in common. We both had a 0-10 football season our senior year in high school. And that's something that, as we talked about, as I drove you home one time, you still learn, you still are victorious, even though sometimes you may, according to the end results, have lost. But I think that as an organization, we have some challenging times. We're able to grow through that, but we couldn't do it without a fantastic board. So at this point in time, I'd like to have all the board members stand that are here with us today. And those of you who are at home, you can stand too. We just can't see you. We have. Oh, wow. Thank you. So thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you very much. All right. All right. Our second recipient for 2021 award is Jerry. No. Jerry is one of those unsung heroes we always hear about. Her work for Heart of Ohio Family Health Community Garden is well known by all the gardeners and most of the volunteers. She helped keep our former garden overseer, David Ike, on his toe and on schedule. Thank you, Jerry. In recognition for all that you've done and all that you continue to do to help make our garden grow and your impact on health care outcome for so many, it is my pleasure to present you with this award.
Thank you so much. It's so wonderful to be recognized. I know that our garden feeds so many people. And not only does it feed people, and food is health, as we know, but also it is a great opportunity for so many people to build a real community. This past year with the pandemic, we were inspired to start a brand new CSA program where we actually have a whole community of people, all kinds of different cultures intermixing, showing each other how to garden in different ways, different methods of farming. We harvested together, and we grew over 600 pounds of food for needy families. So this garden is so wonderful, and it's so amazing to have it and be working here and with all of you. So thank you so much. Thanks for the garden. Thanks for everything that you all do for so many people in the community.
Our next recipient is American Cancer Society. Lenora. Thank you. We are so grateful to the American Cancer Society as one of just 10 recipients for grant funding to examine the ways to reduce systemic barriers and address disparity in the delivery of cancer care impacting the Black and African American community. We recognize the trust and the faith you have given in us. Your thoughtful partnership of our work help ensure together we can foster improved access to care for our patients and create healthier community. Lenora, it is my pleasure to present you this Giving Heart Award for the American Cancer Society.
Thank you all so much, and I just want to recognize something that Dr. Mohammed said, which was this organization, you all in this room, Heart of Ohio, was one of 10 recipients nationwide of this award, of all of the cancer centers, of all of the people serving cancer patients in this country. This organization and the way that you show up and serve your patients and take care of people were one of 10 recipients. And so I just want to say a big, big thanks to each of you for the way that you care for the community that you serve, the way that you show up, and thank you for being a tremendous community partner and really helping to bring both of our visions to life of ensuring that everyone has equal and equitable access to cancer care. And so thank you for who you are, how you serve, and what you do each and every day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. we have 2 staff members to be recognized this evening. And one of them know himself, but the others don't know. So Dr. Mark Brown is the first staff member that I want to recognize. He has been with Heart of Ohio for 5 years. And last month, he called me and said, Dr. Mohammed, before you call me in your office, I just want to tend my retirement resignation to you because he's been doing this for 45 years and over, and he thinks that his retirement has come for him to move on. And I shake his hand. I said, I hope when I reach there, I can do exactly the same thing, retire. So he recently notified us of retirement. So tonight seems a fitting opportunity to acknowledge his dedication and long contribution to our work. He was not able to come in today, so we will present to him when we get back to work. He will be with us till October 14th, right? October 14th. All right, the second person that I want to recognize here is Yama. Can you join me? Yama Morgan has worked so tirelessly. You know, I go out there and I say yes, and I call Yama, make it happen. For a long time, of course, I push all the staff, and Yama had most of the push because of all the 5 Senate that has happened, the work behind it. You know, it is a construction, it's opening the site, it's the facility, it's the Medicaid numbers, it's all of those 9 yards. And this is the engine. And I want to recognize you this evening for all the hard work. It doesn't mean that every single of you haven't done, but I wanted to make this one staff at a time. So we're raising the bar, right? So Yama, thank you very much for dealing with my 10 p.m., 2 a.m. emails, and then responding appropriately, and then getting the work done. Thank you very much. You will have a word.
You got me good. I did not expect this at all. At all. But thank you. Thank you. I do this because of the patients. I do this for my staff. I have an awesome staff. Whenever I call on them to do something, they're right there. I know, and some people are not even my staff, because I call on Ambrose. I'm like, can you figure this out for me? And he's right there. And I know, working with all the people that we have in our building, our patients and all that, brings a warming to my heart. COVID was crazy, but we did it. We braved through it. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I know it's hard to deal with me all the time. But you guys do. We get it done. I like order, so thanks.
All right. Next video.
The onset of the 2020 garden season at Capitol Park Family Health Center Community Garden was filled with uncertainty. With the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the garden faced a decision to remain open or to close. Thanks to sound choices made by the state of Ohio, gardening was deemed an essential function for the health of our community. For the first time since the creation of the garden in 2012, we implemented a community-supported agriculture program, also known as a CSA. The goal was to grow as much food as possible in the 25 raised beds dedicated to the CSA project. And that is what we did. Gardeners tended soil, planted seeds, spent hours watering and weeding unwanted plants, planted flowers to care for our pollinator friends, and watched the garden grow. And with this effort, we were able to harvest, and we harvested a lot. Over 500 pounds of produce was grown for the CSA project and distributed to multiple families and community members. We're so thankful for the opportunity to serve. The garden provides our community nourishment in the form of access to nature, to physical activity, education and food production, harvesting healthy food, and creating lasting positive memories for everyone. Special thanks to all the garden volunteers, staff at Heart of Ohio Family Health, and local businesses that contributed time, energy, and resources to make our garden a beautiful highlight of 2020.
Terry, you have a last word? Okay.
Okay. Once again, I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. On behalf of the board, we also like to take a moment to thank the Columbus Country Club for hosting this event, or being a place for this event. But at least not last, I'd like to thank Dr. Muhammad. 3 years ago, as a board, we were thrust into finding a new CEO, and we sat and looked at different, Patricia and Jacqueline. We had a huge amount of people to interview. When we saw this young man before us, it talked about all these wonderful things that he would bring, and he talked about something 340B plan or something like that. And lo and behold, everything that he said that he was going to do, he has done, and then some. And as a board, it makes our job easier as we get ready to do a HRSA site review next week, and the staff especially. As a board, we're very humbled to be able to work with somebody like Dr. Muhammad and the staff at Heart of Ohio. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right. So on behalf of the board members, thank you board members, thank you staff for all that you've done every single day, and all the friends that have joined us for this wonderful evening. We appreciate all of you coming out to join us in person, and those of you who join us at home. We are delighted to share our success and thankful to all of you for helping us make difference in the lives of so many people every single day. And I wish you all health and safe travel home. Thank you.